Well, good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Is it morning? Is it 11 o'clock really morning? Is it
No, it's morning.
It's morning?
Yeah. This is
Some
weekend.
people.
This is weekend morning.
Weekend morning. It's funny. Good morning.
Our weekend's still going because we're here.
Right. Oh, my gosh. So, you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't have a show last week.
Yeah.
We haven't had a show in 2 weeks, right? God, is it 2 weeks?
Has it been 2 weeks?
Holy crap. 2 weeks. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Not our fault.
It's not our fault, actually. Did you, John's got in trouble.
John, where's that dollar? Right
I'll give a dollar. I'll get you a dollar. Man, I tell you what, there's a lot of crap going on
Yes.
in the tech world. Holy crap.
A lot of weird stuff happening.
It is
out
weird
there.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about something real quick. I'm going to come. It's not even on the list yet. And Rob was like, we can't now. We had a problem. Sometimes TikTok will allow us to get the videos, and then sometimes TikTok will not allow us to get the videos.
Censorship.
So I'm going to talk about this, and it's not. I've been saying this for about 3-4 months now, right? The whole government thing about TikTok, right? Is, oh, well, TikTok bad, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, TikTok not bad. And this other guy was on the Joe Rogan podcast. You guys can go check that out. I'm not sure what episode it is, but we can find it and post it if you really want to know. And the guy was like, well, the reason that the government is really strapping down on TikTok, and I've been saying this, is because A, they can't control it. And B, Google went to them and said, Google, Meta, Instagram, which I know it's the same people, but they're all like, no, they're siphoning your information.
Oh yeah.
China's grabbing your information. Well, wait a minute. So is Google, so is Facebook, so is Instagram, so is Twitter, so is WhatsApp. Everybody is getting your information. Mm-hmm. But the problem is the revenue has been dropping.
Oh yeah.
For Google, for Meta, for all the social medias. So what's happened is TikTok is like, their algorithm is still open, right? They haven't really clamped down to go, well, if you want to get more of your followers, you got to pay more. Facebook's exactly that way. Mm-hmm. We worked very hard. We did a great job getting our people to follow us and like us and blah, 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 and interact with us. And then next thing you know, Meta's like, well, hey, Facebook, same thing. Like, well, hey, if you want to reach those people, how about boosting to them? How about no?
Right.
How about you open that algorithm back up and become just like TikTok is right now? Will TikTok probably do this down the road? Probably.
No, this happens across the board though. This is all tech companies. This is. Remember when you used to be able to search for something on the internet and it came up just because that's what you searched for? Now they filter out results and stuff and give the results to people who are willing to pay more money.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, if they take an industry and block that industry out for, they use the reasoning, nefarious
right. Of course,
things that they're doing. Right. So my industry, tech industry, we get filtered out because we're running remote support scams. Well, it's everybody over in India and everywhere else. But anyways,
right.
This so be the case. Legitimate businesses that have retail locations, we are not, running scams and stuff.
No,
so
you're not.
As a business owner, I cannot run advertisements on Google due to that reasoning because of the industry I'm in.
Right.
Yet there is somebody who is running a scam and pretending to be local businesses, and they are using a nationwide footprint to do it. And because they're paying Google so much money, Google kind of looks the other way. And this is happening across the board on all marketing.
Which is crap.
It is crap. It is crap.
It's like Google is like, do as I say, but not as I do.
Oh, yes.
That is the double standard.
And they've been that way for years.
Right.
And even if you want to reach out to anybody, even if you were a legitimate business and you're trying to get something fixed, you cannot speak to anybody and get anything done.
No,
or
you cannot.
Fixed. It's ridiculous. And here it is. They're supposed to be a nonprofit corporation, and they're out here, pledging that they're doing this to help people and innovation and all this. And it's just a joke.
Right. And it just bothers me that, and what's really sad is, okay, and we're going to talk about the Google thing later in the show,
Yes.
but it's amazing how our government will listen to people like Facebook, Meta, Google, all this, the very ones that they're going after, right?
The very ones that are manipulating.
Right. They're and they're like, oh, well, we'll listen to you. And then the government buys into the crap. Now, look, if you're worried about China not getting your information, throw this away.
Right.
Throw it away. Don't ever get back on it again.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. If you want to die on the web and you want your presence known, delete all your social medias and throw this away, period. Right. Don't ever have one again, because you know what? China's already got your shit. Bottom line. It's, Google tracks you, Facebook tracks you, Instagram tracks you, Twitter tracks you. They all track you.
Yeah.
YouTube tracks you. Period.
They have to.
So if that's what you really want, if we're gonna do this, then get rid of all social medias,
mm-hmm.
and they'll never get on there again, and you're fine.
Yeah.
And then you know what? And then nobody gets your shit. But it's too late. Everybody's already got your shit. So cancel all your credit cards, change your bank accounts, and after you get rid of this, you got to go and you wipe it clean. So get all new accounts, call your credit card company and say, look, it's been compromised. I want a new card, blah, blah, blah. But you got to do this first. You got to get rid of that.
It's funny is like
back
in the day, the internet is not supposed to be real. Okay. You're not supposed to be real on the internet,
right.
And things like that. But how things have changed so much where they want your exact identification. They want to know who's on the end, and everything's out there, for people to pull up that information. And your public information is scattered around different sites, and people could pull all that together to get a good map of who you are,
right?
What you do for a living,
right.
Where you live, and what where you go.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
I got all fired up this morning. It just bothers me that people. I literally sat in a networking group where they're like, "Well, because everybody's like, well, you can't use TikTok anymore," and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, you can. I just let up. You're wrong, and I hate doing that to people. But people have got to stop. You can't. You got to know what you're talking about.
Right.
You can't just spread. You hear one little piece. I put that in the chat, and I went and looked at the degradation on, what TikTok is pulling. And I'm not saying I'm all enamored with TikTok. I think it's got its poison too, right?
Oh yeah.
But from a marketing standpoint, it's not bad, because the algorithm still works in your favor right now. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm not saying forever, but right now it still works in your favor. So,
and all you have to do is put together something that is catchy, that people.
I love your dancing thing.
Yeah.
Your computer guy.
Yeah.
Your mascot. That and the creepy girl that can fold her up. Oh, that is the girl. I'm like
that one went viral.
Oh
for
my
no
gosh.
reason whatsoever.
That's crazy.
And it's like it does. It works. It's not like you can't, like right now you can go on your business page, you can post a reel, do whatever on Facebook, and it will not be seen. You could have thousands and thousands of subscribers. You could have all these people, and you get like 15, 30 views. No. Well, if I have that many people following and liking my business page, should I not see almost that amount of people liking, or at least a minimum of half?
Yep.
Or at least viewing something?
Yeah.
So something's wrong.
Yeah. So Google and Facebook and Instagram, you want to compete with TikTok now. Open them algorithms back up to where we at least get half of what
that's not going to happen.
Well, no, of course not, because they can't make no money.
Not only that is now that they're losing money, they're not going to. They're not going to open it up.
Right. Exactly.
Because that's the only thing.
We're going to jump into this first thing that was. I'm not sure who put this in. I think
I did.
I think it was okay. It was you. So scientists are getting eerily good at using Wi-Fi to see people through walls in detail.
Yes.
And when you say in detail, I mean you're seeing their organs and bones and stuff like that, right? Because that's what the kind of the image.
Well, it looks like you have a heart.
Ooh, you do have a heart, and I do not have a heart. I'm just saying.
So yeah, this is kind of crazy. Just think that your own wireless router inside your home, or any of the devices that are sending out a Wi-Fi signal, are being able to be absorbed, obviously, through the, by the human body, probably most likely blocking it. So depending on the signal strength that's being seen through the physical wall,
Right.
and whatever's blocking it, if your body's absorbing those signals, they can technically get a full outline of your body. And using proper, techniques, they most likely have some kind of infrared, not infrared, but a camera that's able to, read those signals coming through, sensitive enough, and
Right.
read those Wi-Fi signals and be able to, put together an image, which in an aspect is great for, like, say, hostage situations,
Yeah.
things like that.
I can
That's
totally
great.
understand that.
Yeah. But now you're like, yeah. You can't even walk around with your skivvies on at
So,
home.
do you know how many people just ran out and got thousands and thousands of sheets of aluminum foil to put on the inside of their house?
All right, builders, guess what we got going on?
Do you remember what was the movie Conspiracy Theory?
Yeah.
Right? His whole house inside was done with lead sheeting. Remember his apartment?
Oh, yeah.
All of his food in the refrigerator was locked, and then the containers inside the refrigerator were locked, but they were all aluminum. So you couldn't understand what he was eating. You couldn't see inside his house. Oh my God, it's coming true.
All right, folks. So if you're at home and you try to do something bad and you want to lock yourself up in your home, just remember the police will be able to see right through your house.
That's it. You are not
using your
protected.
Wi-Fi signal.
Using your own technology.
Turn
against
off
you.
all your phones. Turn off your Wi-Fi.
Oh, so does that mean if you were with Spectrum or FiOS, that the police department can go with a subpoena and say we need to have access to their wireless history or their internet history?
Well, they can at any time. They've always been able to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, but now they're going in there and going, I need to see what's going on in the house.
Yeah, we don't just need your history. We're gonna watch you through your walls and your doors. That's kind of creepy.
It is, right?
Cool at the same time.
Oh, God,
it
have
really
mercy.
sucks when technology gets awesome, and then at the same time you start wondering where it's going and who's going to use it for the wrong reasons.
Oh, so remember I said we were going to come back to this?
Yes,
It's time.
Hey, Google, how you guys doing? So the United States decided, let's wait till Google starts losing lots of money in ad revenue and their stock numbers start dropping, and then we're going to go hit them with an antitrust lawsuit.
I mean, it is crazy. I mean, so Alphabet Inc., who owns Google, right?
Mm-hmm.
The government wants to break them up,
Dude.
So how are they going to break them up, though? I mean, it's just the internet.
No, it's not. That's the thing. Google does so many different aspects. They have their ad generating. They have their ads, Google Ads. Then they have their search engine, and then they have their obviously they used to do the Google Glass. They did all these other different technologies. They probably have another technologies arm. So Alphabet has a whole bunch of different entities, and
26.5% of the U.S. digital ads.
I think that's higher. I think it's higher than that, truly, because as a matter of fact, it was all. I think Google now owns the DoubleClick. Does own DoubleClick too.
Really?
That Google that particular feature. So you think that they're probably only pulling that information off their search engine relevance.
Mm-hmm.
But remember that other groups, other websites and things like that might not have any presence on Google does use Google Ads within their website to generate revenue.
Right.
So there's that spreads across the different platforms and even search engines and things like that.
I don't know if Rob can bring this image up, but it's on that article that we got this from. It's the supply side tools that help websites offer ad space. Website Google DoubleClick for publishers.
Correct.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Google Ad Exchange, Google Display and Video 360, and then Google Ads.
And then they have.
I mean, that's crazy.
And they have Google Ads. Then they have Google the Google SEO if you want to rank your SEO Your basically your keywords in your website. If you want to rank them higher, you can pay
And
for
don't
that.
cry for me, Argentina, because in 2020 they made a little under 50 billion with a B. 2021 over 50 billion. 2022 almost 70 billion. 2023 is just probably at 80, and then 2024 estimate is going to be almost 80 billion dollars.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is nuts. So don't ever feel sorry for poor Google, because poor Google ain't poor.
You know, it's funny. Somebody just in a Google and them will be like saying, "Oh, well, you rank, this number based on your keywords in your website."
But if you'll spend more money,
yeah, we can get you higher. And it's funny how like somebody just said, "Oh, hey, could you, it's from another city. Hey, could you look up, computer repair near me, for instance, another business owner, and tell me where I rank." Well, dude, you should know how this works. You're not going to rank. You're not going to rank in the Tampa Bay market,
right?
Because they've taken the internet and they've taken their search criteria and basically got you down to the exact physical city that you're in.
Right.
You're no longer nationwide, not unless somebody knows your exact name and you're able to get that information out there to the public.
Right.
You are not going to show up. And it's the same with broadcasting and everything like that.
We're all the same.
But it's just not going to happen. And it's a given. And
do you remember in the beginning when we were all building websites? So here's what a lot of people don't know. I used to build websites. Mm-hmm. I was a PHP guy. My brother was a PHP guy. Before what's the HTML2 and HTML5 and all that kind of stuff gone? They were actually coders, right?
Yeah.
So we, in the beginning, man, in your back end stuff, you always on your website somewhere you wanted to put the area that you service. So we would all put every town within 10 mile or within our 20-mile radius.
Right.
Our path, you put Pasco, Pinellas, Clearwater, Dunedin. That would be all on your website because that helps you rank. And then it turned out, well, now that kills you because you can't do that. And Google looks poorly upon you for doing that. And it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. So it's amazing how, because we used to be that was a great, because that gave you your area to work, especially if you were an IT guy or a web builder, because we could build everywhere. We didn't have to be in the same town or in the same city or the same county. I could work with anybody. I could work with someone down in Miami-Dade if I wanted to.
Right.
Right. But no. So they yeah, you're right. So they have really kind of just shut that down and kicked our butts. But if you want to pay more, hey, pay more.
Of course.
Pay more and you'll be okay. So let's get off Google because Google, they give me headaches. iOS 17 development was in full swing, but don't pay attention to the bogus rumor, right? So the bogus rumor is that it's the claims to offer details and blah, blah, blah. It's got, the people are already throwing out, well, it's got this issue, that's got this issue, that's going to do this. It's going to be cracked.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't know. I can't keep up with the updates anymore.
No, it's so difficult.
Used to be, it was about a year and a half before you get a new something good. Now it seems like every 6 months. Oh no, we got to bring.
Well, Apple has always come up with their periodic updates, and then the major operating system came out usually when the new iPhones come out, and that's a given. They have to progressively come out with a different operating system, and they offer the different features and stuff because they need to after about 5 years they need to start getting these older devices off the market so that way they can sell more hardware. And there's a reason why they come out with these major operating system pushes.
Well, so like what they're saying is 17 will have fewer major changes than originally planned, right? So there's not going to be a big deal to update it, but it is a big deal to update it because you're keeping your security settings correct.
Right.
I mean, that's the stuff that they don't really, they say, oh yeah, better security, blah, 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 but that's kind of That's kind
That's
of
the reason why we do all these updates to begin
right.
with.
If you,
As a matter of fact, Apple just pushed a 15, I believe it was 15.7 or something like that update to the older operating system for older iPhones, all
Right.
the way back to iPhone 5, only because of some security issues. Now, just to give you an idea, we're talking about iPhone 5. They've stopped supporting it. They've already said, oh, the new iPhone, that iPhone's not going to get an operating system upgrade. But that doesn't mean that can't run
The new-
additional features and stuff
Right.
like that. They just refuse to allow it. And all they have to do is put in the software and say, do not install if the iPhone says it's an iPhone 5. It's just that simple. But they can go back and go ahead and fix a bunch of security issues with that particular operating system.
right.
So, yeah, it's crazy. It's a given. Again, like I've always said, Apple's a hardware company. They make their money by selling hardware, not by giving these free updates
No.
on these new operating systems to their devices. The operating systems are designed to eventually cause the device to not be able to run at its optimal pace anymore, thus causing you to want to upgrade to the next one just so you can keep going. Or they plan that whole obsolescence with that device. They just say, hey, look, we're not going to update it anymore, and this is the end of support for it.
Right.
And you have no choice but to buy another one.
And
Which
I have an old iPad that I can't update anymore, and I keep it around because it's games on it, or I have a book. I can iBook it, or I can read stuff. It kind of works Facebook, kind of. It doesn't do great. It kind of liggity laggities and stuff like that. But I keep it just because. But I don't want to get rid of it because it still works and it works great. As a matter of fact, it lasts as long as my new iPad. The battery's not shot in it, which is really. But it's sad that those can't be. Something can't be done with those to make them.
Look, John, you want to see something that's going on really now. Apple's always talking about recycling and keeping the efficiencies and things like that. Look, I've been reading some articles and I forgot to put this in here, and this came really hot over the weekend too. That what's starting to flood the market is 2020 MacBooks. Now these are machines that are only a couple of years old.
Right.
These are definitely good machines.
Right.
Okay. The businesses and things like that purchase, mass amount of Apple devices, and they put them on a managed program for businesses where they can see all the devices that they hand out to their employees and stuff like that, and they're all enrolled under one, basically an Apple ID for the business.
Right.
And you can go ahead and manage and deploy your devices to employees very easily with that. And the problem is companies will go in and update these machines and pull all the hardware, and they will sell the devices to refurbishers.
Right.
They will either be supposed to be decommissioned, or they will be, just gotten rid of off lease, and they will be either sold out or gone to recycling. And the problem is a lot of these third-party recyclers now who are collecting these devices and trying to wipe them and restore them and get them ready for resale out to the market can no longer do it. These devices are completely disabled because these businesses are not removing them from their Apple ID, and because of the security chips that are in the new M series processors and everything.
Right.
It's causing the machines to be locked like an iCloud lock, which it is an iCloud lock, like an iPhone,
Right.
To a general laptop. And even new iMacs, anything with these new chips are being locked down.
Right.
And they cannot, they try to reach out to the business, their IT department might not be able to know how to remove them or disenroll them properly. Just a lot of problems, and Apple's not going to do anything about it either. So these machines have to literally be stripped and completely disassembled. Motherboards have to be thrown out for no reason.
See, that's
scrapped,
that is
and
that's
the machines.
sad.
Yeah, think about it. We're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of machines.
Yep.
And they're just and these are 2020s already coming into the refurbishing market. Devices that are should be perfectly good. There should be no reason why this is happening.
Right.
And there should be a legitimate market for, these third parties to be able to contact Apple or reach out to these businesses and be able to disenroll them properly and get this mess fixed, because there should be no reason why a device that's, within the 5 years that Apple even, says they're going to support it, it should be being sent off for recycling when there's nothing wrong with
Nothing wrong with it. So here's the thing. All of those units can be taken and given to the people, the underprivileged. I hate to say that. I hate to say that word. But if you got people's families, households that, they just can't afford, well, why can't we just take the older technology and go, we're going to give this to people that can actually, can't afford them, but you know what? They can use them to use
exactly stuff. What, like, a lot of these devices will go through, like, programs like TechSoup, or they will go through, or a school or a nonprofit will be like, oh, look, can you find us? We need to use Apple products, but we can't afford, 1,500
brand
a piece.
Spanking new ones, right?
So we go through third party refurbishing, and we try to reach out and like these smaller schools, smaller school, little schools for daycare type setups and stuff. They try to buy stuff, they can't. They can't, because here you go, all these devices just wasted for no reason.
So Apple basically is telling me, and this is my opinion, this is not what Apple says, but they're saying, yeah, we don't really care about you people that can't afford us. You're not our target market. So good luck.
You know what's happening? It's
if you're poor, don't buy our crap.
No, it's during the setup process. What's happening is people are not understanding that by signing in with their Apple ID, and they're not reading the prompts properly, and they're locking down the devices by default so quickly, so easily. And Apple's at fault for allowing that, not giving the better prompts, and or when people get rid of the devices, not being able to remove it from their Apple ID properly. And a lot of people don't know that they have to physically go into their Apple ID, go look at all the devices they have, and start deleting devices that they no longer have. So that way, whoever they either sold it to or sent it off to be recycled can do so properly. Now, of course, if an item was stolen, I understand, that's different. That's a different situation.
That's different.
But a lot of times people legitimately trade in their device, go to Best Buy or any other company, trade in their device to purchase a newer upgraded one. And they always tell them, we can't do nothing with it unless it's, removed from the Apple ID is removed from the device, and the device is completely wiped and done. And situations like businesses, for instance, you have thousands of machines being sent out recycling. They literally just got to hit disenroll serial number through there and be done. And they just won't do it.
Nope. Exactly. Well, here's something kind of cool. You're gonna get to see a green comet pass by the Earth.
Woohoo!
I think that's kind of cool. Normally you see this, if you're a sky watcher, right?
You know how many lanterns I've seen?
It's a lantern.
The Green Lantern just went by.
Green Lantern. But that's going to be cool, right? I mean, it's going to be in February. February 2nd. And it's going to hurling. It's going to be at the most relative speed is 128,500 miles per hour.
Wow.
And it's about a mile wide.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a cool
I am kind of looking forward. Now, Rob, our technical director back there in the back, he loves that kind of stuff. So he has this app that will show you, like, we'll go somewhere to shoot, and he has this app that shows, okay, the sun's going to be over here at this time. So if we shoot now, we can get it done before the sun hits it, because especially if we're facing a certain way.
And if we aim up 12 degrees off the horizon, we get the green comet going by in the shot.
There you go. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be very cool, actually. I just want to bring that up real quick before we jump on to Android Chrome users can now lock their incognito. Why would you do that?
It doesn't make any sense. If it's incognito, why lock your tab? Why lock it down? It's already not supposed to be there unless Google has been
lying to us.
And
No,
of course they've been tracking that. It's incognito to anybody else but Google and Google servers.
Well, that came out, so it was kind of funny you mentioned that, because that came out that came out a while back about all incognito windows are not incognito.
No.
So everybody knows that what happens is you just don't show the history on your device.
Right. That's all it's doing.
But they have your history.
And your history can be pulled back up under court subpoena.
Court subpoena, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. So it's
you
not.
in trouble.
It's you're not really as safe as you thought you were being incognito. You're just saving it and keeping it away from snooping eyes in your computer, and that's it.
That's it. So there you go. So that way your wife don't see you looking at porn. Or your kids. Whatever. Porn. That's what the internet was invented for God's sake.
Yes.
Military secrets.
And aliens.
I'm sorry.
Aliens.
And and aliens too, because they're watching. It's just too funny.
They watch Tech Shamans.
So have you used ChatGPT yet?
Yes, I have.
So what do you think about it?
I think it's pretty intuitive. For you will have to, if you put in the right information and do it in a way that makes sense. This software is really pretty accurate in writing, say for instance, advertisements and marketing goals and or any kind of anything that would be like very time consuming for the average person, or to sit there and try to write up an advertisement for your business and trying to come up with those words and that sequence that just makes sense. It spits it out within seconds, and you can go in and edit and do whatever you need to do so quickly.
So Rob and I, Rob more than me, deals with the shows on a daily basis, right? And we got to put them up, we got to schedule them, the whole 9 yards. The one thing that they don't do is they don't give us good synopsis of the show. So, and what we kind of tell everybody is when you put a video up, not just my show, you put a video up, you need to have a good synopsis underneath that makes it searchable by the bots, right?
Right.
A lot of times we get that. We get 2 sentences. And we're like, oh my God. And we know the show would be awesome, but they would get more viewership if they'd give us better synopsis. So now we actually take it in there. We'll take their little synopsis, put it in there, and it'll write us a nice synopsis for the show. And believe it or not, he thinks he's been doing that, and the numbers have gone up because of a better synopsis.
That's awesome.
And that's so. But the thing of it is now all of a sudden they're saying that it's causing untold chaos. I think we talked about this about a year ago. That when this finally hits, it's gonna wreck the schools. Because now kids are going to use, I got a term paper due? I'll just let ChatGPT do it. I need 100, how many? It's like 900 words. Do 1,025 words, and then this is the subject I got to write about.
You ready for this? This is crazy. The people who use ChatGPT write an article or whatever, and then they've taken or do schoolwork. They've taken that, and then they compared it against another AI, who then tells you whether or not an AI wrote it or not. Right. And I'm like, this is getting ridiculous.
But how can you tell? You shouldn't be able to tell.
Well, because the other AI says no human in their right mind wrote this, because this is just too damn good. 100% written by an AI. But then you see these kids online, they're sitting here using other tools to then input the text from here into this tool that then rewrites it, then spits it out a different way, and then they bypass the AI detecting AI, who tells you that the AI didn't write it except for AI. 5 AIs wrote it.
Hey,
already.
Mr. AI from the AI, you wrote this wrong, Mr. AI.
Yeah, so it's crazy, and there's going to be I believe there's going to be a lot of lawsuits in regards to.
Because isn't it plagiarism?
Well, that is it, and who wrote it?
Right.
Did you go ahead and quote the AI? And is the company who owns ChatGPT going to which is going to be Microsoft soon? Yes. Just to let you know,
because they're putting something in Bling.
They're putting
the back end side to Bling. Yeah. So now Bling will.
Yep. So what's going to be happening here is like. So if somebody goes in there and tells it to write a code, and that software becomes a massive hit, who wrote the code?
And that's another thing too. So now all these coders that are code, if all of a sudden Chat GPT starts writing code that's actually works. So here's something funny. I want to see if it actually works.
It does. Some guys have tested it and rewrote it and then tested it.
So why should I pay some guy to make me an app when I can go to ChatGPT, make me an app that does this?
Because everything you do in ChatGPT is also tracked. So as you sit there and write those codes, they're going to go out there and they're going to be like, yes, we wrote the code for that software. We own 100% of that software. And they're going to take it to court and they're going to easily be able to explain how they say they own it and be able to say, look, we had the code first.
Right.
Because this dummy entered it into our system first. And so there's where this is going to falter. And everybody's thinking like right now, oh, how to make money with ChatGPT. All these videos coming out. Dude, this stuff's not going to be free for very long.
Nope.
And you're not going to be able to make money with it. It's going to be regulated at some point, and it's going to be they're going to start charging you.
Well, so the imagery that like you can go to AI and have it do an imagery of you, right?
Right.
Did you know that now? Oh Jesus, Rob, what's the name of that website where you can pull images down, but you got to pay for it? Getty Images is now going to start claiming rights to AI imagery.
Okay.
Yep. So that way people can't. I mean, how can Getty didn't take the image. Getty didn't pay the person to give the image. So okay, so
that's
okay. As on you're seeing the thing. I've seen the TV on the news stations where that says image provided by
right, exactly.
Article provided by. Are they going to now put article provided by ChatGPT?
Right.
Are you going to have to include them in as a source? So say you don't write your book report, but you use a book report, but you go to ChatGPT just to kind of enhance a little bit of maybe a section. Do you have to put in your source ChatGPT? I mean, if the AI is going to, if they're going to use AI to check your work,
the professors are now going to be using these other tools to say it's been 100% checked and spelled out by, or 80% by an AI, and it's going to get crazy out there. And it's only as people hear about it and more people start playing with it.
I think it's going to mess the world up.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't know if you read this article though, but Amazon itself has specifically said to their developers,
right,
do not enter any code of ours into ChatGPT. They know why. They know because if ChatGPT writes any of that code, right, either it's going to get out there, how they do what they do in Amazon, for instance, or ChatGPT will have, basically a good claim on anything written by their developers.
Right. Well, it's going to be. I'm interested to see where it goes. I mean, we use it, but we use it to write synopsis for people for our lazy shows that don't give us synopsis. And so I'm going to jump down to because we're running out of time. The new Morpheus GPU cooler. Have you seen this yet?
No.
Oh my God, 4090 RTX 4090, right? But it says,
it's such an awesome cooler that it still can't make the 4090 cool enough.
Right. It's like they're going to release it anyway.
It's funny though. They're talking like that. The 4090 is running so hot that did they really design a new chip, or did they just take a 30 series chip and overclock it?
I think that's what they did,
and jam it into this new card and say, we're going to try to get a lot of money for.
Well, I think what they were doing is because everybody was saying, oh, well, back up, can't get these. What do? Is you take something old, you modify it, and sell it as new, and go, here you go, and it's burning the machines up.
Of course. I mean, literally, they could just use the same die cast, everything the same, and then all they have to do is add different firmware to the device and overclock the device, put some different thermals on it, and then repackage it as a new card. Change some of the graphics on the outside, call it a 40 series graphic card, and we're gonna burn up machines soon.
Well, so this is something I think we need to talk about too. The Bitwarden warns a scam of ads on Google posting as a password manager.
This is ridiculous, and this is another situation where Google is definitely at fault. I mean, they're allowing these ads. Like people like legitimate companies like mine, I can't run ads, but yet it's so easy for these advertisers to go in there and run these fake ads and basically using phishing scam.
Well, that's because you're not willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Google should know better.
They should know better.
And their theory is we just block whatever we want to block, whenever we want to block, because it's bad. But we're going to wait until after a whole bunch of people get harmed from it. Their self checks. They use their AI to check and match up against words and websites and things like that, and how it can't even see that this particular name that the software saying it is not the same as the legitimate. It's not like they don't have the link to the legitimate website or the legitimate software company. Why can't you just say, look, obviously this is a phishing scam?
Right.
The technology's there. It's very quick and painless, or even check it against a real person. But they don't. They want their money first, and their AI is stupid enough to just allow this stuff to go through. And unfortunately, unsuspecting people just click the first thing that they see when they type in something.
Well, I mean, this happened to me the other day.
Yeah.
I was typing in, and I didn't have my glasses on.
one letter off, John.
One letter off, and all of a sudden this shows up. Oh, hey, log in here to blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, and I don't, so I just kept hitting X out until I finally put my phone up to my eyes like this, and and I finally got it right.
Mm-hmm.
But this came up like 5 times. Yes, I was misspelling my website 5 freaking times.
And this is bad. This is, look, in the picture. In the picture, they were able to use Bitwarden in the name of the when it shows up in the list of different.
Oh yeah,
and that's bad, because it's like I've had this happen to me. They write the ad and then they use your company information, first name, right at the beginning, and it highlights it and stuff, so that result is in bold letters. That's the first thing you see. You don't care about the web domain. You're not looking at the web domain. You're not looking at anything else. But yet Google allows these ads to use other companies' names, knowing darn well it's there to be used as a way of tricking people.
Right. It's talking about tricking people. You ready for this? Well, major streaming services are cracking down, or not, on password sharing from Netflix and Hulu. So Netflix, they've already started all this. Netflix tried to hit me for I had the flu last week, not COVID. I had the flu, right? And so I used one of my older iPad.
How dare you?
I know, right? And it already had Netflix on it, but I had to update.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got an email, a true email from Netflix saying, you're going to have to pay extra for this. And I wrote back, it's my device. It's in my bathroom, and that's where and I'm not paying for it.
Right.
That's what I wrote back. They were going to try, and what they're going to do is they're going to start charging your card automatically. They're not even going to right now. They send out a notification going, you've been logged in, blah, blah, blah. Right.
So that's what they're going to do. They're going to try charging your cards automatically for these.
Yep. So here's this is my advice.
All right,
to
everybody, log into your accounts.
Right.
Log out every device you have. Change your password. Log back in and tell your family to get a job.
Get a job. But it's not just I mean, it's going to be, let me see if I get it right. Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Disney Plus. I'm trying to do it quickly. Prime, Amazon Prime, and yeah, and that's, those are the big five. Every one of those. But like in this studio, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 TVs, right? 7 monitors, and they're all connected to on my count.
But they're all on the same IP, so they should have no trouble.
But then I have at the house,
but that's,
and then I'll have a laptop and a phone, and at the house I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TVs there.
Okay.
They're all connected to my account.
Right,
but they're
it's
not all
like...
going to be running it simultaneously. Maybe 1 or 2, like my wife will watch something on upstairs and I'll watch downstairs. But there's no more than 2 ever going to run it simultaneously. And they're all on this. Yeah, those are on the same IP and these are on the same IP, unless we go out, and then I use it. But I don't. I mean,
there should be an option in there for basically like IP whitelisting. It's
there should be. How many devices do you have? And I'll name all my devices.
Right.
But if you get something that comes completely out at the same time when I'm watching, all right, hit me.
Right, if you get whitelist, the home IP address, the business IP address, and then just say, hey, look, these, I'm always going to be signed into any device at this IP address, and obviously it's going to be me. So don't bash me because of it. It should be that way.
Right. Be nice about it. Don't be
nice. Don't be.
Or here's what you do.
Douche.
What you do is you go out and get yourself a prepaid credit card, right? That you can load on a monthly basis.
Yeah, and then just limit.
And then that be your card for all of your social media or all of your advice. And then when it's time to pay that bill, just drop some money over there. And then when the bills are paid, don't ever keep it at 0 because they will close it. A loaded card, you have to keep a balance in there, or they will. But you keep $10. Right? So that way, they can't hit your card.
Yep.
That's how you do it. I'm just saying. Did you know that the FBI is saving victims of hacking?
Yes.
Oh my God. The U.S. Department says that the U.S. Department says it had access to a network since last July, obtaining the passing decryption keys to victims before they paid the attacker. So they're actually kind of getting ahead of the ball game.
Right. So what they were doing is they were getting the decryption keys for these crypto locked hacking ransomware problems that were happening in hospitals and schools and things like that. And they were releasing the decryption keys to the hospitals and everything. They weren't shutting down the groups yet, but that kept the hospitals and everybody from having to pay for the decryption service from the hackers. They got their data back. The only problem is if these guys had the data, which what they usually do is they go in, they'll play around in a system for a while.
Right.
They'll take a copy of everything. They'll keep it over on their servers that the hackers have, basically keeping a copy of the data. Then they'll encrypt your data.
Right.
And then they'll say, if you want your data back, you got to pay us the ransom.
Right.
And if not, if you don't pay us, we're going to start releasing information that we have to the general public. And so a lot of businesses, they don't want their information leaked and things like that. And, now they're, instead of just not paying because they have backups, they're more apt to pay because, they have copies of it. So now the FBI is, going in there and playing around in these guys' servers and shutting them down. And I think it's great. It's a great way of going in there.
But does that mean that now the feds have got your information as well?
Of course.
So as a big corporation, do I go to the feds and go, hey, I'm gonna jump on your what they called it something? They called it the the ROS, the ransom as a service model is what that's through the Hive, right? So do you have to go sign up with them now and go, hey, by the way, I want to be on this service, so that way, because they're big, they're a big tech company, or they're a big hospital or a group or.
Well, what happens when they do get their stuff encrypted, they do have to tell the FBI and everybody like that, and start releasing, especially when it's a high dollar amount. They
No,
have
but
to go.
I can understand that.
Well,
but
no, the crypting service as a service, the
do you
hacking
sign
as
up with them first?
No, that's the hackers themselves.
Oh,
running.
okay.
That's their business
See,
model.
I don't know this part. I'm just.
No,
I'm,
that's their business model. That's
got
encryption
it.
as a service. We're gonna steal your data
Well,
and
I mean-
encrypt it as a service. What it was is all these groups come together. These guys, these individuals,
right.
coming together, and they'll have this one guy will have this server farm running, and they'll run the encryption service, and then you got these little guys that are out there going ahead and hacking into these systems, installing the crypto software and stuff like that, getting them encrypted, and then hand over the information to another guy who then kind of mitigates the amount of the transaction and
Right.
kind of, so it's a big business model. And the FBI is breaking up that model. Is what's
Okay,
happening.
but my question is do you think the FBI or the actual people that are saving all these companies are going to start a service go have all your servers go through us?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt.
Eventually, they're going to make a business model out of this. That's what I'm trying to say.
Eventually, the U.S. is probably going to go to they can't. Stuff is going to happen, and they've already started talking about it.
It's kind of their way of taking over the internet.
Of course, it's going to be
Big Brother.
Big Brother's going to
Big
be
Brother will
coming
protect
in a little
you.
tighter and tighter every day.
Are you getting made fun of? Is all those hackers picking on you? Well, you come to us and we'll keep your servers completely.
Yeah, you buy some server space on our servers, and we're gonna keep you safe. And if something gets hacked, don't worry, you got the full-fledged of the support of the federal government.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, don't try to hide money now, because we'll know. We will know.
That's
you know
the
what I'm
whole
saying?
point in digital currency.
Well,
folks.
how about that, right?
Yeah.
Where am I going to go now? Oh, Uber Eats. So I'm a hacking. Uber Eats, now shows shows you how much of your information is shared with delivery people.
For what?
Why do they need to know my crap?
What do they need to
Uber,
know?
a new feature that shows users how much of their personal information is shared with their delivery person when they placed on order on the app.
It should only be your address and what you ordered. That should be the limit of the information given.
Right.
So
Period.
I mean,
Pick up, drop off.
Right.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. And then you don't even need to know who's home, who's there. If that was the address you were given as a delivery driver, that is as much information as you need. You don't need to know credit card information. You don't need no social security numbers. You don't need
so
no
they're
birthdays.
showing the delivery person how much you spent.
What?
Right. For your order. So they don't need to know how much I spent for my order. They just need to know they need to drop it off, and I'll give you a tip.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
No, that's that you're getting to yours. Now Uber Eats is allowing you to see what their delivery people see. And their delivery people are seeing how much you've spent, how many times you've ordered. Nope. I don't think that's
This guy's fat. He keeps ordering from the same place all the time.
Right.
He must have a lot of money because he keeps ordering these huge meals.
Right.
Let's rob him.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Yeah.
Every Friday he goes and eats over here. So I'll just go over there and get it before he even orders it, bring it. Maybe he'll forget. I rob him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Apple's got their vision.
Oh my gosh,
focus
it's coming.
them.
So Apple's got their own VR coming out. Right?
Yes, they're talking. They're still talking about it. It's
I thought
still
that was
kinda
done
leaked.
already.
They're saying that this particular device is going to be like out of the first one is going to be out of the kind of the pockets of normal people. It's going to be like $3,000.
Oh my God.
But will come down there. They'll once they kind of get the mix figured
So they're
out.
trying to be like Disney. Only the rich people can have this.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You trailer trash can't have it.
They're going to
Sorry.
be more AI focused, AR focused. I'm sorry. Than
Augmented reality.
Yeah. So they're going to be,
I can do that with my phone.
So I guess it's
Just saying.
people are going to be able to see your eyes. Oh gosh, this is stupid. Through the goggles. I mean, there's supposed to be screens up there. It's like, oh look, I can see you looking at me, but you can't really see them.
Right.
So it's going to be some pretty silly stuff. So we'll see what happens. I haven't
$3,000. I'm not going to buy it.
No,
I won't
no.
even buy the brand new Meta one.
Usually,
That
like
thing's $1,500 or $2,000.
yeah, and people are complaining about that right now. It's just not as up to snuff, and it's not as quite as good as the regular second generation one, which is kind of bad. But I will tell you, Meta does have a good thing going. I don't think there's going to be much more production on it because obviously ad revenue is going down. There's only got so much money to go around. So
I was watching a show last night. Well, I don't have a lot of time for this. I was watching a show last night, and they actually were looking at. It's the National Treasure, the new one on Apple Plus, right, or Disney Plus, and they were walking through the Alamo. Next thing you know, it goes, and then one person gave another order, and then they reached up and they were doing it all through VR. And it does not look that good on VR. I'm just telling you right now. Yeah. It does not. Anyway, hey everybody, so it's been a good show today. We had a lot.
Yeah, a lot of
Holy
stuff.
crap.
A lot of stuff about AI. And
we are looking for a new shaman. So if you know anybody or if you think you can do it, come on, give us a call, text us, email us. Hit me up on Facebook because I'm really interested. We want to get shaman down because we need more shamans. All right. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Tech Shamans at area52tv.com. You can get a hold of us if you want us to, if you want us to review something. I got a review next week.
All right.
Oh yeah, I bought one of these little things, and I'm going to start buying them and doing a little thing on there. They were cheap, but we'll see how it works. I get to use it today and this week. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see everybody next week on the Tech Shamans.
Yeah. See you next week.
We're good guys. We know what we're talking about. Bye.